Okay, this is probably the dumbest idea I've had in a while. I'm gonna give you a background on what's going on here today. First of all, this is Yammie Noob, the channel. Welcome back. I'm not wearing a hat today, going full bald mode. I don't really care. So we have a very special thing happening later in April that I'm very excited about, and it has to do with this. This is my new one-piece race suit. I am so very excited to have a suit again in my life. The last suit I had was a Dainese D1, I think. That was a suit I actually crashed in with the infamous Porsche incident, but now we have this new Tai Chi suit. If you don't know, Tai Chi is a brand that's sold here at Moto Liberty here in DFW. Great shop, I picked it up over there. Thanks again for the guys for sizing me up and getting me this suit. This is the nicest fitting suit I have ever worn. I normally would be a bit of a snob and I'd be like, well, I need a Dainese, I need an Alpine Stars, but I gave the Tai Chi a shot. It was a little more expensive, but honestly, this is the most comfortable suit I've ever worn in my life. It's so good. So today, what we're gonna do is, because I have that special thing happening in April that I can't quite tell you about just yet, but if you wanna go to my Instagram, you can probably figure out what I'm gonna be doing. Today, I'm gonna be wearing this suit on the FZ07 so I can break it in a little bit and then have some fun. It's 36 degrees outside today. It is pretty chilly, so I imagine it's gonna be a very short ride, but let's jump into this suit, let's get geared up, and then see what happens. I saved you guys the embarrassing moments of putting the suit on, but I love this thing, man. The biggest difference of this Tai Chi suit versus the Dainese I had is the articulation in the knees. There's no stiffness here. You can really just move these around so effortlessly. Oh my gosh, that is the biggest difference. I love this setup. Oh man, the suit is amazing. We're doing the dumbest thing though by putting it on and riding in the street. Yeah, so this is officially one of the dumbest things I've ever done. But I do need to break in the suit a little bit before I go and have my fun out at the event I'm doing in April. So yeah, we got to break this thing in a little bit. For the 44% of my audience out there that doesn't ride motorcycles, you probably are wondering, what am I doing wearing this insane getup? So this is a full one-piece race suit. As you can see, it connects from the pants to the jacket component. This is a one-piece leather race suit. You need one of these or a two-piece suit in order to ride on the track. One of my favorite things about owning motorcycles is the ability to go and ride on the track. So these are also some very nice gloves that I picked up. Also Tai Chi, also has tons of protection, tons of armor. Because the big thing you'll notice the difference between something like a full suit and your regular traditional street gear is all the extra layers of protection, right? As you can see on this camera right there, hopefully you can see I've got knee sliders, I've got knee protection, I've got all kinds of protection going on me right now. For street duty, it's a massive overkill. You do not need to wear something like this for the street. Certainly not. There are guys out there that will wear, two-piece, one-piece suits to go carve up canyons, but to be honest, I think that's a little bit of an overkill. If you're regularly carving up canyons, then yes, sure, I think a two-piece or a one-piece makes sense. But for your everyday kind of normal riding, way over the top. But today, I'm wearing this because I want to break it in a little bit. So let's do it. As crazy as this sounds. I look like a Power Ranger right now. It's so cold outside. Gotta get used to these gloves. So these gloves are actually kangaroo leather on the palms, so you get a lot of feel for the throttle, a lot of feel for the clutch, which I really love. Because one of my biggest gripes with my Dainese gloves was the lack of feel. Remember, I did a track day and I just felt like I could not really get the proper feel on them. You can really get it in this suit. This feels so comfortable. So we're out here on the road. This is completely overkill for what I'm doing right now, but whatever. Let's talk about the suit. Why do I have a suit? Why did I buy a suit? As I mentioned in the garage, for any serious track day organization, you're gonna need a suit. You can usually rent them whenever you're doing like a first ride smart day or something, but most places, you know what, you're really going to want to have your own suit. It's kind of gross to be in someone else's suit, to be honest, because you're sweating a lot when you're out on track, and it's just kind of nasty. But the main thing that a suit's going to provide you is tons and tons of protection. By no means is it going to be, you know, a do anything kind of suit. Like, you can't just like expect to crash head on into a Porsche, for example, and survive, except unless you're me and you make huge mistakes like that. You can still get very hurt when you're wearing a suit, but it massively reduces your chances of getting hurt, right? When you're wearing a suit, you have the added protection all over your body, especially if it's a one piece. It's conjoined onto your entire body, and it fits really nice, right? That's one thing I wanted to bring up as well, is if you're gonna look at getting a suit like this, definitely, unless you are, you know exactly which model and you know exactly which size you are, definitely go to a shop and get sized up for it, man. I tell you guys all the time, for helmets, definitely go and get sized up for helmets, but suits are the same thing, man. You really want to go and make sure that that suit's going to fit you on the bike, because the thing you have to remember is when you're wearing something like this, it's going to help to, you know, you're going to want to be in a race tuck position in it. You're going to want to make sure you're comfortable when you're completely leaned over on a motorcycle, because, you know, you don't want to be comfortable when you're walking around in it, you know, and the only way you're going to know that is if you go and test them out. And to be honest, you might find, much like this Tai Chi that I'm wearing, you might walk in thinking that you're going to be a Dainese guy, but then, you know, you try something else out and you're like, wow, this fits so much better. And this Tai Chi suit, I gotta tell you, it fits so nice. I think I don't have my license plate on my bike right now. I gotta go back home, actually. Fuck. Let's pop a Yui. I'm almost positive I didn't put it on. I would say the main points that you have to look for when you're trying to buy a suit, this is my second suit that I've bought and the fourth suit that I've worn. The thing you really want to check for is articulation. What do I mean by that? I mean, you know, how do your knees feel when you're on it? How do your arms feel when you're on it? Can you move around in it easily, you know? Because I think for a lot of guys, the tight-fitting suit has a really cool aesthetic to it, but if you can't move around and you can't, you know, get nice and tight on the bike when you're wearing it, it's really kind of useless, you know? My Dainese suit, for example, had, although I really liked wearing it, and it had some really great, you know, articulation for the knees and the chest, it was a little tight around the knees, and I felt that after a couple laps at Motorsport Ranch Crescent, for example, I just felt like my knees were so tired, and I just felt like I couldn't really ride for that long. I don't have that issue at all with this Tai Chi that I'm wearing. The other thing I really want to mention is, you know, the other part that's really important is your glove feel. Throttle feel is everything, guys. If you're wearing some glove that's super thick, you can't feel the brake lever when you're coming into a corner. It's not going to be a good time, you know? You want to make sure you have tons of feel when you're on the throttle. That's why I went for these gloves. They look a little silly and they look a little over the top, but you know what? They have tons of protection, and the most important part too is that they are also capable of, you know, lots of throttle feel, because they have that kangaroo skin at the palm. It's a little bit thinner, and it just feels, this feels like a street glove to me. It doesn't even feel like a race glove. It feels so nice. I can feel every little minute change in the throttle. I can really lightly grip right there, and it just feels so good. Yeah, I'm almost positive I don't have my license plate on, so I gotta get back home. Yeah, I had to come back home, guys. It's just way too cold. Oh my god, I'm freezing. And I also forgot to put the license plate back on my bike, so didn't want to risk that, because I actually am riding without my wallet or my phone or anything, because I can't fit anything on this suit other than my little task cam. But overall impressions, this suit, boy, it's comfortable. I'm going to be able to see some damage with this suit, man. I am super stoked. I think it's going to be awesome. I'm so excited to use it on track. There's so much cool stuff coming in April, guys. I cannot stress to you how awesome of a month April is going to be, mostly because we're going to be giving away this bike in April. We're going to be buying our next bike. I'm going to be buying a personal bike for myself, which is going to be awesome. So tune in for that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, and catch you next time. See you later. I feel like a Power Ranger. All right.